A stunning new report in USA Today pulls back the curtain on a shocking education scam, so-called zombie universities. These are shuttered colleges being resurrected online through imposter websites that require real application fees and real personal data. Chris Quintana is an investigative reporter with USA Today. He joins me now with more on his incredible reporting. Hats off to you for uncovering this scam. This is remarkable. How does this scam work?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. And it's a really bizarre scam. I've reported about a lot of unusual universities in my lifetime, but this one, it appears to be recreating the websites of these closed universities. A lot of the art that you see on these websites are the same as like the previous website for when the university was like actually alive, right? And so they're using similar names, they're claiming similar addresses at times. It's very unusual, and they're also asking students to apply and send in $75 as part of their application fee.
Okay, so yeah, that was going to be my next question. There are at least 9 of these shuttered universities where these imposter websites have popped up. They're essentially recruiting new students to a school that doesn't exist just to get some money out of these students. So these students think, hey, I might be going to college here, and they're not getting anything out of it. So what are the scammers looking for and asking for?
Yeah, so, I actually applied to one of these schools, so that's Stratford University. And as part of that process, I went through the whole application. They were asking for my driver's license. They were asking for the license number associated with that. They wanted academic transcripts. They also wanted like a passport size image, right? Which is a little unusual during the college application process. But they also wanted this $75 application fee. And after about 3 weeks, I got an acceptance letter from not from the college I applied to, from a different entity altogether, saying that I was accepted to Stratford University. At that point, they were telling me that if I paid $2,500 a month for the next year, that I would earn my degree. But that's a little accelerated for a 4-year degree program. So it's all very unusual, to say the least.
Now, you come to us from Washington, D.C., but there is one of these 9 colleges is down the road from us here at Fox 11. It's Marymount University along the peninsula, Rancho Palos Verdes Peninsula. This was shuttered maybe a year and a half ago. My personal connection is my nephew was a student at the school when this all of a sudden shuttered. So because of your reporting, though, you looked into this, and this website, this imposter website, has since been taken down. So that is good news there. Do you have any idea the scope of how many students have been scammed? And what about law enforcement and all this?
Yeah, it's hard to tell how many folks have been scammed, right? We were trying to reach the operators of whoever was behind these websites, but we just couldn't find them. And we looked all over the place. I even made a pit stop at IMDb and trying to track people down. So that's a little hard to tell, but we do know that people are being affected by it. I talked with the final president of California Marymount University, Brian Marcotti, and he was explaining how, frustrating it was to have spent decades, both him and the previous administrations building this college up, and for someone to just kind of come in and take the name and likeness and use it for whatever, that was really disturbing to them.
I can imagine. I mean, they've worked so hard. They built up a whole career, and then their name can kind of be soiled in all of this as a result. So if you are one of these defunct universities, is there anything that you can do? It doesn't sound like there's much of a recourse. And for people who are watching tonight, what's your word of advice for them and how not to get involved in this?
Yeah, it's hard to say if you're one of these owners or past owners of these universities. Some of the folks I talked to in the pre-reporting process were able to reach out to the internet registrars or other regulators to, send legal notices. That has been effective. Other times it hasn't been effective. There's a case in North Carolina involving the Attorney General where there's still one of these websites up and live right now. But for students, there's a very simple way to figure out if the university is legitimate or not. Just look at the domain ending. If it ends in a .edu, that means it's likely, very, very likely, it's an accredited university. The .edu is only used for 4-year universities for the most part. Yeah.
the most three important letters you can look for. .edu means it's legit by all accounts, or anyway, close enough to all accounts. We really appreciate you fighting back against these zombie universities. Keep up the good work, and thanks for being with us tonight. Chris Quintana of USA Today. Thanks.